Hello and welcome back to the Drake and Josh podcast. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Trevor.
And we watched Mindy's back.
Mindy is back.
She's fucking back, bitch.
She's back again.
And this time
back,
with a vengeance.
Back with a friend.
So this episode, it starts out with the classic Drake and Josh intro, where they're talking to each other, but in separate rooms. And this time, Josh is eating a bowl full of olives. Well, I guess he's not eating them.
He's playing with olives. He's throwing olives from one bowl into another while spinning them.
Yeah, it's a fucking waste of olives.
It's a very odd situation.
Black olives, too, so the ones that don't taste as much as the other ones.
Yeah, I like it. I'll eat a green olive. I'm not a huge olive guy.
I don't like green olives.
I'll eat a green olive. Like in that, like when they got like they're stuffed with like the peppers and they're in that oil.
Ugh. Yikes.
It's good.
No, I like black olives because they don't taste like anything.
I'm not a huge fan of black olives.
See, there you go.
Like they'll be on pizza at times, and I'm just like,
You can't taste them on the pizza though.
You totally can.
No, I don't think so.
100%.
I started putting them in salad too, and I can't really taste them there either.
I would honestly much rather put anchovies on a pizza than olives.
Maybe we should get an anchovy pie.
Dude, I actually don't mind anchovies. Do you like anchovies?
I've never had them before.
What?
We could make a pizza tonight.
We could make a pizza.
Because if we're going to Publix, we can get dough.
That'd be dope.
We might be eating pizza later, guys.
Wait, but did you get it?
Huh.
It'd be dope.
Nice. As in dough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're talking back and forth about this time that Josh was doing a magic trick for everybody with olives disappearing up his nose.
And he got them lodged in his nasal cavity, so he had to go to the hospital.
Yeah, like a fucking idiot.
Yeah. This was back when Drake and Josh first met. In like 4th grade.
Yeah, it was before their parents. Well, I don't know if they were before they were dating or it was before they were married. Because he said they got married in the 9th grade and then they became brothers.
Yeah, but they
had to have been dating before that. We still don't
but
know.
I don't think they were dating when they first met.
Because that was how long
4th grade.
Yeah, but we don't know how long they've been dating. Some people date a long time.
True. But I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because they would have met.
I feel like it was a quick dating and then they just got married.
I feel like it was.
They dated for like 2 years.
Then
they were like, boom, married.
They hit it off. They loved each other.
Yeah.
Very deep and passionate love.
Fuck yeah.
Lots of sex.
Wow. And now they're fucking brothers, man. Yeah, so then it goes to Drake and Josh at school. No, in the bedroom. And
Josh
then the
wakes
alarm
up
goes
with
off
this
at 7:10.
Very quiet alarm.
Yes. You got to have your alarm quiet. If it's too loud, it's just going to ruin your day.
Mine's very like peaceful.
Mine is just the standard iPhone ringtone, or not ringtone, but alarm. And it's on the floor, so it's really hard to hear. I've woken up and it's been like a couple minutes and it's been going off.
I've actually slept through an alarm before.
Slept through it for like hours?
Yeah, like literally it went so long that it stopped going off.
That's crazy.
No, but my old one back in like when I was in high school was the
so was mine in high school.
Harsh. And now like for the longest time, for like 2 or 3 years after I stopped using it, if I ever heard that sound on TV, I would like internally cringe.
No,
and
it's the
shudder.
same thing with me too. Like I couldn't stand that alarm, but I used it every time because I didn't use my phone alarm. I used the like actual clock alarm.
See, mine was my phone.
And it was across the room, so I had to get up every time.
Mine was my phone, and I kept it right next to me. The only main reason I did it was because it jarred me awake.
Yeah.
I was like...
See, I like having the clock, though, across the room so you can see it immediately when you wake up. I don't have to, like, turn and, like, look at it, you know?
That's fair.
It's kind of nice.
When I get a job, I might get, like, a more intense alarm to get me up and
like
going.
a real alarm clock? Yeah, my parents have, like, 2 clocks. They have, like, one they use for the alarm for some reason, which is, like, a classic clock where it has, like, numbers on it and stuff, like an old school one. And then they have a digital one that they don't use for alarms for some reason. I don't know why this is the way they do it. They have multiple clocks.
Why not?
I don't know. I just don't get it.
I like having multiple clocks.
You can't even see the other one. Why would you have that one as your alarm clock? Like, why not just use the digital one?
I don't know. I don't know.
These are the questions I have for my parents.
If they're listening in.
They won't be.
I know. So, yeah, Josh wakes up and plays loud music to get Drake up. And he's dancing like a asshole.
Yeah.
And it's science fair day.
Yeah, gotta love it.
It's a regional science fair.
And he's got another fucking big magnet, baby.
Oh, yeah. And now Mindy, apparently, we learn, is in the loony bin.
Yeah, she's in the fucking crazy hut. So that's why he's so psyched, because he's like, I've got this one in the bag. Easy. People are going to love my magnet.
Absolutely.
How could you not?
He sticks his head out the window to yell at San Diego. This is his year.
Yeah.
and then he dies.
Yeah, he falls straight out the window and he breaks the window as he goes out. It's really funny.
It's amazing, honestly.
We didn't expect it.
Oh, the physical comedy.
I did not remember that at all.
Me either. It was amazing.
He fell out of a fucking like 2-story at the very least house window.
Just
head first.
Actually, I guess he would be second floor because he got hit from above by Megan.
How did that even happen? Well, she could have been on the roof. Oh yeah, because wasn't he like, "What are you doing on the roof?" when she did that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So because they're that's the top because their room is like you can see the roof.
Yeah.
You know.
So they're second, possibly third.
I think probably second. I think
second.
it's just the way the house is.
House is weird.
Yeah. They don't have an attic. Who doesn't have an attic?
A lot of people.
Really?
Some people.
You have an attic?
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Well, also a 1-story ranch house in Florida.
I don't have an attic.
Well,
I'm in an apartment, guys.
You kind of do. It's just people live there.
Yeah, people are fucking living in my attic.
So yeah, he falls and dies, and then we go to the science fair.
Yeah. Where we can finally see Josh's big magnet that he's been talking about.
Very large electromagnet.
It is huge, which he says he made it. How do you make a magnet? I don't get it. Like,
coils.
A lot of coils?
A lot of coils, and you run an electrical current through it.
And it's going to look like that?
That's a casing he has around it.
Okay, cool. You're like kind of smart, huh?
A little bit.
You know about magnets.
I know things.
How do magnets work?
Well, because I've been trying to get I've been trying to figure out some fun projects I want to do with magnets recently.
Cool. Yeah.
Well, the past like 4 or 5 years I've been trying to work on this, but
you've been trying to work on your magnet game.
My magnet game.
Maybe that big hand can come in handy.
I really want to do like, in Halo, whenever he just sticks the gun to his pack.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I want to try and figure that out.
That'd be rad.
Be cool.
But if you had like a magnetic belt, I feel like that'd be hard for getting into security when you go through like... Well, how does that actually work at conventions? Because if people are wearing like huge suits and like crazy shit, wouldn't like... How do you get through security?
It's a bit of a process.
It sounds like one.
Whatever props you have.
What if you're in like a mech suit?
You have to take a mech suit. I'm pretty sure you have to bring it
TSA pre-check.
Bring it into the convention in pieces and then put it on in the convention. It depends.
That breaks the immersion
a little bit. It depends on the rules for each convention, obviously. I remember when I went as the Punisher, I had to take all my guns off.
Damn.
And they had to go through and check.
See, the Punisher wouldn't actually do that.
They had to check each one. And this little plastic knife I had to like pull it out of the sheath. And it was funny though, because the sheath was like 3 times as long as the entire plastic knife.
Yeah, it was like tiny.
I just literally had the handle poking out so it would look cool. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, I need to see that knife. And I'm like, boink. Here you go. And the guy just kind of looked at me. And it wasn't even the full plastic knife because I had to cut the plastic knife in order for it to fit in the sheath. Mm-hmm. It was great.
That sounds cool.
It was fun. Yeah, so if you have any sort of weapon props, they have to check all those.
Make sure they're not real.
Make sure they're not real or airsoft.
You can't have airsoft?
A lot of them say you can't have airsoft. I know there's some rules with it. Like one of the guys.
What if it's broken airsoft?
That's the thing. The guy actually went in and took out a lot of the mechanism for the airsoft gun.
Because the airsoft guns look fucking real as shit.
They look super dope. Well, depending.
That's why we used to use them for props. Because they look real. You know?
You guys just didn't know how to work them.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean the constantly cocking the gun?
Cocking a semi-automatic
handgun.
It
sounds cool though. It sounds cool. You just let out all the casings.
By the time you get to where you're going, you have one
bullet
shot left.
That's all you need, dude.
And then you go to shoot the guy and you cock it first.
Yeah.
Eject that last one.
It doesn't work. That would have been funny.
Where'd all my ammo go?
There's a shot of like a trail of ammo. Oops.
That'd be funny.
Didn't know how it worked.
We should do that. That'd be a fun short.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny. Yeah, so anyway, they are at the science fair, and Josh is about to test his magnet, and he has one can
there's
of Mocha-Cola.
Oh, the girl with the virtual reality helmet.
Oh, right. Yeah, the virtual reality.
They got virtual reality talking about it, like ahead of their time here.
That was ahead of their time. It looked like a like pilot helmet.
Honestly, what it reminded me of was the nerve gear from Sword Art Online.
I don't know what you just said.
It's so like kind of like a VR helmet.
Okay.
In an anime about where the people get trapped inside a video game.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. If they die in the video game, they die in real life.
Like Tron.
Yeah. It intercepts all their motor functions and basically their whole brain is put into the game.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool. I actually really want it.
Yeah.
I would love to have that.
That'd be dope.
You're way cooler than Just a headset.
Just a normal like a Vive.
Yeah, you just lay down on your
If
bed.
HTC is listening though, you can send me a Vive. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I would love a Vive as well, please.
Trevor doesn't need one though. It won't work on your computer.
Shut up. Not yet.
Poor Trevor.
It'll happen eventually.
His computer crashing mid playing Borderlands 2. You like don't need a powerful computer at all to run Borderlands 2. I used to run it on my laptop.
That's an issue with Discord actually.
Discord crashes your computer?
But
should we be using something else? Doesn't Steam have a built-in?
No, it running with a game has a weird glitch at the moment to where it like does some weird crash stuff, but it also doesn't always crash it, only sometimes. I'm working with those tech support to get it fixed.
Oh, weird.
I might just wipe my whole computer though.
You're gonna wipe your hard drive?
I might download all the stuff I need off of it, like resumes and stories and stuff like that, and then just reset the whole thing to fresh.
Why?
I feel like it'd be easier than trying to fix all the problems with it.
Oh, that's fair.
Just start from fresh and
just fucking reset it.
Yep.
Like a clock.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll work better then.
I think it will.
You think you got some hidden shit in there?
Probably. There's probably stuff running in the background that I'm just like, I needed this maybe forever ago. It's got all these programs downloaded that I never use anymore.
You can just go through your programs folder and uninstall shit.
Yeah, I could, but I think it'd be like it's the same issue with my phone where I'm like, the only way I got rid of most of my apps was by getting a new phone.
Really?
Like all my other ones, I'm like, nah, I might need that.
You won't.
I might need that app.
Re-download it then.
So by doing this, I'm just like, I'm not going to re-download an app until I need it.
Yeah, of course.
So
there you go.
Same deal with my PC. I think I might just wipe the whole thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I could see that.
He puts the virtual reality helmet on, and then Drake turns on the magnet.
Yeah, and it fucking sticks Josh's head straight into the magnet.
And he does that classic, like, oomph sound that he always does.
Oh. And then when he turns it off, his head just slams into the table.
It's like, were you not putting, I guess, yeah, okay, that might be realistic. Whatever.
Yeah, if he was trying to pull away.
Yeah, trying to pull away.
Yeah,
really hard.
He doesn't know when he's going to release him.
Yeah.
So then when they do the demonstration, Josh has one can of Mocha-Cola. And, it works. It works pretty well.
Well, it works unrealistically because no way a soda can would get pulled up.
You don't know what kind of metal
aluminum.
it is. You don't know.
Aluminum is not magnetic.
It could have been like, what about tin?
I don't think tin's magnetic.
I don't know. It could have been a tin can.
I doubt it.
Well, regardless, then Mindy enters the fold, and she's like, "I'm back,
bitches,
motherfucker."
Mm-hmm. She's back from what did Drake call it?
At two different points, they called it the Wacky Shack, and they also called it the Cuckoo Hut.
I think the Wacky Shack is my favorite.
Yeah,
it's very insensitive to people with actual mental disabilities.
It is. I think what's her name? Their sister Megan called it the Wacky Shack.
No, that was Drake at the science fair.
Oh well,
to her face, he's like, "You're out of the Wacky Shack."
The fucking Wacky Shack and Cuckoo Hut. Yeah, it is very insensitive.
It's ridiculous.
You think they'd be able to get away with it these days?
No.
It was funny though.
It was hilarious. And then she's like, "It was a mental rehabilitation center or something like that."
And so she reveals that she also has a magnet, but it's very tiny, teeny tiny. And she shows a 6-pack of Mocha-Cola. And when she turns on her magnet, the entire metal table and the 6-pack of Mocha-Cola
just slam
at full force into the tiny magnet.
It was amazing.
And everybody's just like, "Oh my god!"
It was so.
They're like clapping and stuff. I was laughing so hard.
I did too.
So funny.
That was amazing. I was not expecting the whole table.
Just the way it goes up so fast, and that quick cut to like the long shot, of the table slamming,
and then falling back down slightly and just staying there.
Yeah, it's like not all the way up against the magnet. It doesn't really look very good, but it's really funny.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Just like crushed a bunch of cans of cola and just sprayed everywhere.
Yeah, they spray everywhere. And then what is the next scene? In the classroom?
No.
Is that where
the next scene is then back home with him playing with his magnet. Just turning it on and off, launching the can up and then dropping it into his hand again.
Yeah. And Megan comes in to talk to him.
And she says that she hates Mindy too.
Yeah.
Because Mindy makes his life miserable.
But there is some foreshadowing. Because she's like, you instead of going out and getting a girlfriend, you're just sitting here doing this.
Yeah, that's true.
A little bit of foreshadowing, guys, for later in the episode.
Spoiler.
I actually didn't realize that until I was thinking about it.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
The magnet did get him a girlfriend.
It did. It did.
In a way.
That was like Mindy's first thing throwing it out there. She was like, magnets are pretty chill. So I'll make one, but it's going to be way fucking better.
She likes magnets. She doesn't know how to approach a guy.
No, apparently not. Yeah, did they talk about anything else when they were in the room?
About how she hates Mindy because Mindy makes his life miserable when that's her job.
Oh, right, yeah, and you were saying it's like the big brother, little brother thing.
Yeah, like your big brother will always tease you, but the moment someone else tries to tease you,
yeah,
that person's getting fucked.
Getting their ass kicked. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely that type of deal. But it's like a different dynamic because it's the like little sister who's like 8 and like a 10th grader, I think. Yeah, because they said
so they're
they might be in 11th grade.
They're at least juniors. I'm pretty sure they're juniors because
you think they're at least juniors?
I think they're juniors because this is season 3.
Yeah, I know, but I mean they never actually say.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure season 4 don't they talk about being seniors in
I don't know if they
school?
do. I don't remember that.
I'm gonna say juniors.
Okay, that's chill.
I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
Let's stick to that.
That's pretty chill, actually. I'm gonna say they're sophomores.
Okay.
Because I think they had didn't they plan on making another season, but because they wanted to make iCarly, they just didn't make another season of Drake and Josh?
I have no idea.
I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I wish they would have fucking stuck with it and made a couple more seasons, but you know.
You see that petition going on right now for the unreleased pilot
of what?
Drake and Josh?
No, I haven't.
Apparently the unaired pilot has never been shown before.
Really?
So there's one of those petition websites.
Yeah, I don't want to
change or whatever.
Why don't they just fucking release every pilot, man? I just want to see all the pilots.
Yeah, of stuff even that didn't come out.
Yeah. Like, why not release it? Because then if it has a good like public reception, then you know that
you can make it.
Fucking make the show.
Yeah.
Just put it online or something.
That's like with the Infinity Train.
What is that?
It's a Cartoon Network show. They put the pilot just on YouTube, and it's their most watched pilot ever.
I mean, that's what happened with Adventure Time. Yeah. Like Nickelodeon aired the pilot and they didn't pick it up, and then Cartoon Network was like, "Fuck it,
we'll take it."
Yeah. Apparently we'll
make the money.
I can't believe Nickelodeon passed on it twice. That's some fucking crazy ass shit.
It wasn't, I guess, part of like it didn't fit their aesthetic. I guess.
Yeah, sure. Their aesthetic is just SpongeBob.
Trash shows.
It's just SpongeBob for 20 years straight now.
SpongeBob needs to die.
Probably. I think it'd probably be healthy for the network.
They're relying on it too much. They need
they are.
They're
banking on it. I mean, I get it because it's a fucking moneymaker to this day. There's so much merch and so much.
I mean, back in the day, it was not a terrible show.
What do you mean?
Back when it was like first started, like
the first couple seasons are fantastic.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah,
but now it's just
it's just too long.
Please,
like I get it.
Let it die.
I mean, they've had other big shows though that they let end. Like fucking Rugrats was huge. And they let it end.
I think Rugrats was a different kind of huge though.
I mean, I guess, but it was big enough to get like a spin-off and a bunch of movies.
You know? But then the spin-off didn't work, and
I liked All Grown Up.
You can't really spin off SpongeBob.
I mean, you could if you just took a character. I mean, they did it with Jimmy Neutron. They just took Sheen. I'm sure they could do it and just take Patrick. You know they fucking could.
You can't spin off with just Patrick. There's not enough substance to him.
There wasn't enough substance to Sheen either, and they made Planet Sheen.
I feel like Sheen had more substance than Patrick, though.
No, definitely not.
And we had Patrick-centered episodes.
Because there's only a couple of seasons of Jimmy Neutron, and they really didn't do that much with Sheen. He's always just a side character, except for the episode where he becomes a genius. Like, what other episode does he have that's his own?
The Ultra Lord stuff? That video game episode was kind of about him.
Which one was the video game episode?
Where Jimmy made a machine where it's like, bring over your favorite video game, guys. I can put you in the video game.
I remember
any video game.
Yeah. Oops. That was crazy. That was his ring, guys.
Hitting the chair, my bad.
Actually, it's kind of weird. So there was only a couple seasons of Jimmy Neutron, right?
I think so, yeah.
But they kept putting Jimmy in like mashups with Timmy Turner.
Yeah.
But Fairly Odd Parents is still going, right?
Yes.
So did they just keep bringing back Jimmy Neutron just for those episodes?
No, I'm pretty sure Jimmy Neutron.
Or were they going on still at the same time? Like, if there's only a couple seasons
all the crossover episodes happened while Jimmy Neutron was still going on.
But there's multiple of them, and Jimmy Neutron, there's not that many episodes.
I think there's more episodes of Jimmy Neutron than you think.
Really? Hold on, let me just.
And I know that they did.
I'm gonna grab this real quick.
I know that they did some. like movies and specials for holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah, they always do that kind of thing.
So they might have kept that.
Okay, well, there's 3 seasons. There's
yeah.
58 episodes. It went until 2006.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure the first crossover was like in 2004. I want to say
it goes in, and then the Fairly Odd Parents has been running since 2001.
Jeez.
People say that fucking SpongeBob's been going a long time. That's been going a long time too.
SpongeBob's been going since longer than that.
Only 2 years longer.
Still longer.
Yeah, but that's a long time. I did not realize that.
Fairly Odd Parents also needs to die.
Apparently.
From what I've heard, it's
but didn't the dude leave?
Worse. Butch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he left, so they couldn't.
I don't know what. I think he's focusing on his own streaming platform still.
Yeah, but they have to be stopping that, right? Or well, I guess not necessarily, because the creator of SpongeBob had left and then came back.
They own the rights.
Yeah, he's like, fuck
so he's just.
Who's gonna draw it though?
He probably didn't draw most of it anyway.
No, he probably didn't. He just came up with the characters or whatever.
he's the like guy that makes the show, and then there's other people that actually like.
Yeah.
Create.
At least at this point.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, even back in the day.
Back in the day, I'm sure he had a larger hand in the creation of that.
At the start of, like, I'm pretty sure, like...
Because he is a good artist.
What was the first, one of his first early shows? Was it Fairly Odd Parents?
Fairly Odd Parents was the first one that I remember of that style, yeah. I think that was... Because then the other one was...
I actually think he left the actual, like, creation team of Fairly Odd Parents when they started Danny Phantom.
He probably did, because there's Danny Phantom and then, what, Tough Puppy are both his things?
Puppy, and then...
There's more?
Yeah, there's a new one.
Because you can always tell because it's the same art style.
Yeah,
They're always
it's his art style.
Yeah,
he's got a very distinct art style.
It is really very distinct. Yeah, it's
what was that?
No, it's good. I like it.
Head like eye twirl, head nod.
No, it was just like I get it. It's not my favorite,
but it's not my favorite either,
it is cool. It's definitely distinct.
It's different without being bad.
It's very distinct.
Because there's so many distinct art styles out there that I just think are bad.
There's let's think of some distinct ones. There's the Butch Hartman style. There's the fucking, right now it's the Cartoon Network style, which is like...
The blob with teeth?
Yeah. It's like the Adventure Time style, basically.
Which I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, me neither.
It's not the worst.
Yeah, that is basically their style right now. That's everything on Cartoon Network, and a lot of stuff that's bleeded onto Nickelodeon is all that same style, which I don't understand why. I'm surprised Nickelodeon did that.
And we're back.
Yeah, yeah. So we were saying I'm just surprised that that art style is also on Nickelodeon. You know, like are they just copying the art style completely? I haven't watched the shows obviously, but like just from what I've seen, you know what I'm talking about?
Wait, I thought Nickelodeon was the one with the blob with teeth art style.
Well, no, because like that art style, the one I'm talking about at least, is like the art style that like Adventure Time and Regular Show have.
Right. Well, no, Regular Show is a very distinct art style.
I think they look similar as fuck.
I don't think they do.
I think they look very similar.
I think Regular Show was much more of like
fucking Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty is...
These are all the same art style.
Rick and Morty is not.
All these shows... look the same.
You're just saying cartoons in general.
No, I'm not at all.
No, Rick and Morty, and I would say if you're gonna do any sort of similarities, I would put Rick and Morty and Regular Show closer together.
Interesting.
But I still think Regular Show is a much more distinct because it's much more of like a weird, like almost weirdly detailed kind of art style.
Interesting.
Whereas like Adventure Time had a lot more. I mean, it had like weirdly detailed moments.
Yeah.
But a lot of it was just more smooth, blob, kind of single color characters.
I mean, I get that.
Like
definitely.
Blocks of color. Whereas, like, I didn't even watch Regular Show that much. But
I haven't watched any of them.
I think I watched a half an episode with a friend who really liked it.
Yeah.
It wasn't my thing. But art style-wise, I feel like it's... Like, none of the characters are just, like, their clothes are, like, it's a block of yellow, and then their head's a block of, like, some other color, and their legs are another block. It's like, no, like, there's feathers drawn on the bird guy, and then the raccoon dude has got, like, you can see, like, little bits of fur and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not... Don't look at me like
No,
that.
I'm not. I'm listening. I feel like... It's the same fucking style.
You get what
bro.
I'm talking about?
I get what you're talking about. Yeah, I definitely get what you're talking about.
And then there's like
because they're probably technically different artists that came up with the show. But
and then there's
it's like an aesthetic.
like a
more than
real
anything
kind of
else.
funky art style was back with like Chowder and what was that other show? The
I don't know.
Sailor.
I don't know any of these shows.
That weird Sailor show.
Sailor Moon.
No, that's
Different art style.
very different art. That's anime.
Yeah. You love anime.
I do.
Guys, look out for our Avatar: The Last Airbender podcast coming out soon.
Big debate on whether or not that's actually an anime or not.
I think it is.
It's in the anime art style.
Yeah,
sure.
it is. It's in the anime. It's like
it's
like American anime.
I consider it to be an anime
How could it not be an anime? I don't
because
get
it wasn't made in Japan.
Who fucking cares?
A lot of people.
Yeah, well, I'm a normie, all right?
You're a normie, so it's anime. For me, I consider it anime, but appreciate when people say it's not.
You appreciate when they say it's
I'm
not?
just like, I get where you're coming from. I get it. I don't agree with you, but I get it.
If it's in the art style, it should be the same thing. It shouldn't matter where it's made.
That's the whole thing. It's like, whatever.
Like, I'm not calling it Japanese anime. I'm calling it anime.
Well, but that's the whole thing. Like, the term anime means Japanese animation.
Interesting. That's a direct translation?
Then there's like Chiname.
Gross. Don't want to watch that.
Actually,
Is it any good?
Some of them are pretty dope because they look like almost exactly like anime.
Or like Korean anime?
Korean anime is not really a thing. Korean dramas are a thing.
Interesting. What do you mean?
Have you not heard of Korean dramas? It's like
No.
soap operas, but from Korea.
Oh, so not a cartoon.
A lot of people watch
So
it.
just not a cartoon.
It's not a cartoon. No. I don't know why I brought it up.
Nice. That's chill.
I was just naming Asian
Yeah.
media at that point. But Korean dramas are a big deal.
Yeah.
A lot of places. I know some friends that just watch them.
Yeah.
They're just like, I fucking love Korean dramas. I'm like, really?
Hey, man. If they're good, they're good, you know?
I mean, yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, cartoons are great.
Yeah. But back to the episode. I don't even know how that tangent started.
How did that one start?
I don't know, man. So anyway, back to where did we leave off?
We left off with the the little magnet.
Is that where we
No,
left?
we left off with Megan and the brother
we
complex.
finished that. We finished that. So then the next scene was in the classroom.
In the classroom, and they're trying to pick partners for their. I just did it again. For their
Stop hitting the chair with your big ring.
for their oral history report
Yeah.
about any war that makes them happy. So we start with Craig and Eric getting into a little spat.
Yeah, they did because Craig.
Craig.
No, it's Craig because he always goes Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Craig wanted to be on the same.
And the way he said it was weird. He was like, "Are we doing in pairs for this?"
Yeah.
'Cause I want to work with Eric.
Yeah.
It's just like,
And then Eric was like, "I'm sick of you." And then he teams up with some
Melanie.
random chick in front of her. Yeah, Melanie.
And she just is like, she's not half bad looking, and she just kind of turns back to him and just does like that little finger wave.
Yeah, I think they were definitely feeling each other. Mm-hmm. And the professor
And then
said that
Craig was like, she doesn't appreciate you.
yeah. So the project is it's an oral history project on any war you want to pick.
Any war that makes you feel good.
Yeah, that's what the professor said. He's like World War I or World War II or
Any war that makes you happy.
Yeah. Which it seems weird that you can just pick any war. You'd think they'd be in some sort of era.
He honestly just doesn't give a fuck anymore.
That's what it seemed like.
That teacher's retiring after this year. He's just like,
he's out.
Do a report on some war.
Just say stuff.
Just any war. But I also kind of like that about any war because it lets people pick more obscure ones.
Yeah,
It's
which
not
they were picking.
They did. That's
one.
exactly why I bring it up.
Yeah.
That's spoiler though for later on.
What even was the war? It was Portugal.
Norwegian and the Spanish.
Yeah,
Some sort of Spanish Norwegian war.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Never
I don't
even
know
heard
what
of
it is. Yeah,
is it even a real war? I don't know.
Who knows? Might be. There's a lot of fucking
Public
weird
school
wars.
system didn't teach us shit.
Well, there he is. Yeah. So anyway, then Mindy stands up and she's like, "I want to pick Josh on my team."
And he's just like
He freaking
out. But for some reason, that doesn't mean the teacher.
No words come out.
Yeah, the teacher never says, "Well, I mean, Josh, if you don't want to work with her,
Yeah, you don't have to.
like that's weird. Like why?
No,
why
because
does she get to pick?
the person who picks first gets all the power.
That's not true.
That'd be a cool way to pick
Because
teams.
Craig picked first,
Yeah,
and Eric turned him down
that's
for somebody
true.
else.
Well, I think that it's because Josh actually wanted to work with Mindy. I mean, we see that obviously, right?
So yeah, she comes over to work.
Hot.
And Megan answers the door.
Yeah.
And gives her the cold shoulder.
Yeah.
Which rightfully so.
Yeah.
She's a bitch.
And then Mindy's like, may I call you Megan?
No.
It was so funny. What a thing to say to somebody.
Can I call you Megan? Like Jacob. Can I call you Jacob?
No.
Okay.
What are you going to call me then?
Boy.
Boy.
Boy. How long can you do your boy?
We're not doing that right now into the mic.
Dead meme.
It's a great meme.
It's a great meme, but it's a dead meme.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and then so eventually Mindy and Megan come out to where they agree, yeah, that they'll just bother Josh at different times, basically.
Like, I'll bother him at school, because you don't get to see him at school.
For 8 hours.
You're a little kid. You're in another school. And then you could bother him at home, so he's miserable all the time.
Yeah, and they love that. And then,
which is weird that she loves that, and then immediate change of tune.
Well, I think it's just to trick Megan into being fine.
Possibly.
It's definitely what it is. They just need to be fine, because she's going to be coming over for some reasons.
For the book report. Or the oral report.
Obviously, guys. But then Drake and Josh come into the living room.
They're like, what are you doing to Megan? Don't touch her.
Yeah. And then Drake leaves with Megan and says they're going to go burn her shirt. Because it had Mindy germs on it.
Mindy germs. Kind of love those Mindy, or hate those Mindy germs.
Yeah. And
Is
then
that a euphemism for an STD?
I think it might be. I think that's a clap, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure that's the clap. Or crabs.
Ooh. Yeah, so then Mindy pulls out a
work schedule.
Yeah, full work schedule that she printed out for Josh and her for like the next 2 weeks, 3 hours every night.
Yep. And color codes it.
Because 4 hours would be too much for his smallish brain.
A lot of smallish going on.
Yeah, they kept saying smallish.
He's like, I don't know if my smallish brain
and then
can handle anything.
She says,
I don't know if my smallish eyes can handle looking at you.
Fucking smallish eyes.
And then she gets all technical with like how the brain and eyes work, but she still uses smallish.
They're just receptors.
Your smallish eyes are your receptors for your smallish brain. It's just like, wait.
Yeah, and he's like, why you always got to one-up me? And she's like, maybe it's because I like you. And he's like, whoa,
maybe it's because I like you too.
Yeah.
But I just didn't realize because I hate you so much.
Yeah. And then they agree. And he's like, on one condition, I get to be the boyfriend.
Which is an important distinction.
It's been a hot meme these days.
Yeah. I'm sure anyone who's listening to this podcast.
You want to explain the meme?
Is a fan of the memes of Drake and Josh.
Go for it, Trevor.
That scene is put up. Mm-hmm. And it's back in 2004.
Yep.
That's a funny joke. In 2018, it's a very important distinction.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is. Just a nice topical meme for you guys.
I don't know if any of you guys are fans of the Drake and Josh subreddit.
Yeah.
Where it pops up.
It's okay. It's fine. For a while, it was really popping. I feel like it's died down again.
The subreddit? Subreddit is still active.
Oh, is it?
They did another...
Yeah, but it was very hot for like a month.
They did another... Oh, it was they did the Star Wars one.
Mm-hmm.
Of something... Are you calling me a liar? I ain't calling you a truther.
Yeah.
It was a Star Wars scene this time.
Oh.
Instead of the trial in Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Love that one. It was a good one.
So then it cuts to, it's a 2-week time break between this and the next scene. And it's Mindy and Josh again, back on the couch, chilling.
Well, she comes in.
Yeah.
And she knocks on the door, and Josh is like doing his hair and has on like a vest.
Yeah, it's a very nice
like,
vest.
Dude, no, I'm trying too hard.
They do look both kind of silly.
They do.
It's like uber preppy.
Yeah.
And then it's a little bit much.
So he's like, hello, pretty lady.
Yeah.
She's like, hello, I like your shirt. He's like, I like your face.
Yeah. That was really good.
And the cringe at that point starts to rise.
Yeah, the cringing was rising hard.
We haven't reached maximum cringe yet. Later on in that scene, we reach maximum cringe.
Maximum cringe. Trevor was overloading. I could see his fucking meter going off.
It hurt my face. It hurt my face and my soul.
Yeah, and then Mindy starts talking to Josh about their project or whatever. She's like, I don't even know.
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
I don't even know what they were saying. Well, no, because then Josh pulls out the shark as a gift.
Oh, yeah. But like,
and he just says, rawr.
From the get-go, they immediately are like, I guess we're boyfriend and girlfriend now. And
yeah.
Like, hold up.
Yeah, right off the first conversation.
No, like immediately when they're like, I guess we both like each other. I guess we're boyfriend and girlfriend now. It's
I think that's how it worked back then, though.
I don't think it was.
Well, we'll see.
I'm pretty sure you date a couple of times to find out. And then you go, well, I guess now we can commit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just annoyed me.
Yeah, it's definitely, the wording isn't right.
And they constantly go.
But I mean, that's their relationship.
Yeah, so.
People do different shit.
Yeah, I guess so. Go back to the shark thing.
Oh, she said it's her favorite sea predator.
Yeah, Josh gives her a little toy shark.
Yeah.
Which is a weird gift.
No, man, it's great. She loved it.
I guess.
If she loves it, it's a good gift.
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Drake comes down
Uh-huh.
and starts being mean to Mindy.
Yeah.
As he does, because he rightfully so. She tried to get him suspended.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like to Josh, like, hey, he's being mean to me. You should say something.
Yeah. What?
I was waiting for you to continue.
Oh. Sorry, I zoned out for a second.
I even nodded. I was trying to give like a non-auditory thing, just like,
yeah.
Hey, your turn.
Yeah.
Go.
So Josh, he then tells Drake that he has pretty pants.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, because he couldn't muster up the courage to tell Drake to stop.
Because he didn't want to let him know that he was dating her.
Yeah, because also they hadn't, Mindy hadn't found out yet that Josh hadn't said anything. But I mean, it's been 2 weeks. I mean, they haven't even hugged yet. They hug. We see it on screen for the first time.
I don't think that was the first.
I want to say it's the first hug. She says, because if it hadn't been the first hug, she didn't need to say, you may hug me. If they had already hugged, they just hug anytime.
Yeah, I guess.
Right? You don't need to, I mean, it's very weird. It's so weird.
It might have been just, I feel like you might be right, but also it could have been like, because she seemed upset.
Yeah.
She was like, all right, fine. I'm not that upset. You can hug me. Which is still weird.
Yeah,
but,
I guess that's true. I don't know. It's just weird. It was like, it was a very weird exchange.
So she tells Josh, like, you got to tell him. And he's like, fine, I'll tell him tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we cut to the dream.
Yeah, the dream sequence where Josh barges into the room and tells Drake straight up, Mindy's my girlfriend. And then we cut to a crazy green screen looking thing of Drake, of Drake, and his head just explodes, and this
green
gross slime sprays onto Josh's face.
And he starts screaming and wipes it off. It's very graphic.
Yeah, it was wild. There was no blood though.
There should have been blood.
That's why it's still TV 7 or whatever the fuck it was.
That's probably why they made it gray. It was like your brain's gray matter or whatever.
Yeah, I guess maybe. And then Josh wakes up suddenly, and he almost tells Drake that they're dating, but he doesn't. Obviously, he just goes back to bed.
Pussy.
Yeah, and Megan barges into the room. She's like, "Did the eggs hatch?" And she has a camera. So then,
they're like, "What eggs?"
Yeah, so they start looking for eggs, and then it cuts from that scene. It's like, get that out of here. Yeah,
little side gag.
Classic gag, you know.
Classic Megan.
Yeah, doing her thing.
Probably aren't even any eggs. She's just smart enough to come into a room saying.
Yeah, because then you can't fucking fall asleep, obviously, if there's eggs somewhere. You don't even know what kind of eggs.
Scorpion eggs? Spider eggs?
Yeah, fucking chicken eggs.
Lizard eggs?
There would need to be some sort of incubator for those,
For chicken eggs, for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe even lizard eggs.
Cow eggs?
Cows that don't have eggs.
Nice. That's rad.
Sorry. Nope, those are mammals.
And that's from the Farmer Trevor.
Farmer Trevor, cows don't lay eggs.
Finally, we all know now.
Big hot topic. Do cows lay eggs? No.
I don't have any notes after that except for the final scene. What happened after that?
Oh, so he doesn't tell her.
Oh yeah, they're
and then
they're sitting in the dark on that little bench by the window.
Well, they weren't in the
back
dark
of the living room. It was still very dark.
She brings up,
even though they hadn't dimmed the lights technically, it was very dark.
Apparently, she decides instead of just like a normal person feeling out a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, hey, do you think
she's gonna look up some guides online?
Yeah, she looked up like
a cheat
relationship
sheet.
Charts of like how far along should our relationship have been progressing
on average, or whatever.
And she was like, I guess within the next 3 to 5 days, we should kiss.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, you don't have to ask. I'm totally down.
Yeah, he's on board because he's been fucking hard for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah. And he's kissed girls before. We've seen it.
Yeah, he has actually. He's kissed multiple girls, even though he doesn't get chicks like his character. That's not his thing. He has kissed a bunch of times.
Which is nice.
Like hot chicks, too.
Yeah, too. They're not bad.
I want to say better chicks than Drake. Yeah, dude. Definitely. You don't think so? I feel like we haven't even seen that much of Drake getting chicks except for him just being with girls.
Well, that's because what he does is too graphic for
That's
TV.
true, probably, actually. You're right.
But, yeah, so They start to go in for the kiss.
Yeah, well, they dim the lights.
They dim the lights first, yes. Then they start to go in for the kiss, and Josh is like, I can't do this. I got to tell you.
Yeah, he should have just went for the kiss, bro.
I didn't. That'd be kind of a dick move. Because he had just lied to her face.
Because it's probably her first kiss, right?
It
seems like her first kiss.
But possibly.
The way they went in for the kiss, that was her first kiss.
The way they went in for the kiss was very awkward.
Yeah, it was really weird. It was like a hug.
He had just lied to her saying that he did tell Drake.
Yeah.
So then he like freaks out. I was like, no, wait, I didn't actually tell Drake.
Not on this lie. I couldn't do it.
I can't lie to you. Which, honestly, she should appreciate that.
Yeah, you definitely should.
She should be like, I appreciate that you told me.
Yeah. Let's go tell him now.
But you need to tell him.
Why didn't they just go right then and there?
Honestly.
Well, actually, it was nighttime. He was probably out.
No, because he literally walks upstairs right after that and tells him.
It's right after that?
It's
right after that. It is. It is right after that. What was he doing upstairs? Just chilling? He had his jacket on, though. He must have been ready to go somewhere.
Or
no?
he might have just gotten back.
That was such a long silence.
Sorry.
Trevor's mind just fucking flaring. I could see smoke coming out of his ears.
I was thinking, processing.
Yeah. Also, after that, Mindy gets ready for bed very quickly.
Yeah, apparently. So,
but anyway,
Josh goes upstairs and tells Drake, like, so me and Mindy are dating.
Yeah.
He says, she breaks up with him.
Yeah, or we're dating.
Yeah. Well, he says "are" until
he changes it.
Until Drake's like, cool, and he's like, so yeah, you got a girlfriend. He's like, I did. It's
yeah.
Like, okay, wait a minute. What?
Definitely sad. He's like, Josh, did you show him your yo-yo collection? I told you it wasn't cool.
Which honestly,
it sounds cool.
It sounds kind of cool.
I would like to see it. I mean, depending on the size of it, size and scale. Because I mean, if it's too big, that's weird. But if it's like some sort of cool briefcase full of yo-yos,
I mean, honestly, from like around the world or something, that'd be
rad.
Do the around the world with yo-yos from around the world.
That'd be dope. One on each finger.
I feel like Josh would not be coordinated enough.
No, but that'd be fucking badass.
That'd be really badass.
It'd be like a circus act. Or like something you'd see at the beach when the sun is setting.
Just a guy with like,
you know, because you know what I'm talking about? Because like there's always all those vendors out there and like the gypsies out there.
Yeah.
Doing all their sorts of skills.
The gypsies.
I'm just talking about the magicians. There's like the fire eater and stuff like that.
I love a good fire eater.
It's basically like the carnival out there when the sun is setting.
More or less, depending on where you're at, though.
I'm talking about Clearwater Beach. Specifically,
really?
Yeah.
I've never been out there when sun was setting.
Oh, yeah. It's like a huge thing.
We should go.
It's like the #1 rated thing on TripAdvisor for this area.
Really?
Yeah.
We should definitely go.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Just
right.
me and you.
Right
Abby
now.
can't come.
Yeah, fuck it. Sorry, Abby.
She'd be working.
We're literally going right
She'd
after...
be so mad.
We're going right after this podcast is over.
Yeah, because it's 3 o'clock.
We could go.
The sun wouldn't set for like 5 or 6 more hours.
Fine, we'll record one more and then
that'd be rad.
Yeah, so she breaks up with him. He goes tells Drake, and Drake is the best brother ever.
Yeah, he is.
Where straight up, Josh is like, okay, so I'm dating her. I know you have every right to hate me for dating her for what she tried to do to you last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Drake's just like, I don't care.
Yeah, he's like, whatever,
Dude,
man.
Date who you want to date. Like, if you really like her, then you should date her. That's end of story.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Which was really dope.
That was the coolest thing I think he's ever said on the show to date.
I agree with that.
Yeah. That's like, man, that was like real shit.
That was real shit, real brother talk.
Yeah, that was the realest brother talk I think they'd ever written on the show.
And he's like, yeah, am I going to not like her? Probably a little bit, but dude, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
What you like.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he takes another step of like, so you guys broke up? Let's go. We're going to get her back right now.
Yeah, that was awesome.
They go, and it was great.
Yeah, so they go over to Mindy's house, and they try to scale her fucking wall.
She's got some lattice work on the side of her house.
Yeah, so Josh starts to scale it, and the shit breaks right off the siding.
And they fall and land on a crash pad.
Yeah, that you can see because the turf is coming up.
They very obviously covered it up with AstroTurf.
Which you might not have been able to see it like on the original viewing, like you were saying,
not.
But
it was probably too low of a quality back then.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, well, back then, some people had plasma screens, right? Or were those not out yet? What was this would have been
Very
like?
few. The majority of people probably did not watch
What
it
year
on a
did this
plasma
have?
screen.
2005?
Not a lot of people had them if they
They were very expensive.
Yes.
They were definitely out. They were just very expensive.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he falls on Drake too. Well,
Yeah.
They fall together.
Yeah. So then...
And she doesn't wake up from that.
No, she doesn't hear a goddamn thing.
Which is weird. Because she was very obviously awake.
Oh, yeah. She had a full robe on and everything. And shoes.
And she comes to the window when they do knock very quickly.
Yeah, but yeah, so...
Did she have shoes on?
Yeah, she did. She had like weird pink
Slippers.
Ugg boots on.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
They looked like Ugg boots. That's what I'm guessing they were.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I noticed because it was weird.
So yeah, Drake, he climbs up on Drake's shoulders.
Yeah, he lifts him up to Mindy's window. So as like him and Mindy are talking, Drake is just dying. It occasionally like cuts back to him just being like,
"Hurry up, Josh."
Yeah.
So he tells Mindy that he did do it and he's sorry he didn't before.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to.
And he apologizes.
Yeah, he apologizes. Mm-hmm. And then Mindy goes and does this weird kind of cunty move.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Of like,
she wasn't sure.
I accept your apology, but I don't think we should date anyways.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, me too. I get it.
I get it. And then she's like, oh, just kiss me. Like, almost immediately.
Yeah, and they go in for a really passionate kiss. It doesn't look weird this time like it did before.
Yeah, they actually do a normal human kiss.
Yeah, normal kiss. And then Drake collapses and they all fall out of the window.
He yanks her.
Yeah.
Like, hard, just like, whoa, out. Like, almost a suplex.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. It was like a wrestling move. He slams her into the turf. Got her.
And then he's just like, that was awesome.
Yeah, which probably was a dope kiss. It flew them out of the window.
Honestly, yeah, they might have been kissing like while they were flying out a little bit.
Yeah,
that's probably pretty dope.
That's a great first kiss. That's fantastic.
Literally knock your socks off first kiss.
Yeah. Yeah, so that ends the episode, and then it goes to like the after credit sequence of back to the science fair where Craig and Eric are showing their experiment to Josh, and they had a rat that they filled with helium.
Which, animal cruelty.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's for the gag.
Where did the gas go?
Who knows? They just
in its stomach?
They just pumped it, probably, honestly.
If they put it in its stomach, that's really cruel because there's not supposed to be air in your stomach.
No, it's definitely dead.
It was squeaking.
Yeah, and his name was Leonard.
Leonard.
So they open up the top of the cage, and he just flies away. Like, what the fuck did they think was going to happen?
Yeah, that's it.
But also, he wasn't, like, on the top of the cage when they opened it. He was already on the ground, so, like...
No, he was on top of the wheel.
Oh, he's on top of the wheel. He must have been just holding on for dear life. He couldn't do it anymore. Poor Leonard.
As soon as they opened the cage.
Yeah, he flew out.
Nah, he was like, this is my opportunity to get away from these cruel humans.
Yeah.
And then Craig is just like, we're coming. Oh, crap. I screwed it up.
We're coming, Leonard.
Daddy's coming.
Yeah, he said he called himself Daddy.
He's like, Daddy's coming, Leonard.
But that's the episode. It was very funny. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it.
It was nice to see.
I enjoyed the plot.
My only issue with it is that sure, Mindy was mean to him because she liked him.
Yeah, that was the thing.
But they didn't really hint at that. It just always seemed like she was just straight mean to him.
They didn't before, but I get it. I mean, it makes sense.
It makes a bit of sense, but I still am like, that was a bit forced.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just probably because people liked the character from the previous season. Like, it had good reception, so they were like... Yeah,
but they didn't need another mean character. They already had Megan.
No,
they don't need another mean character.
So they're like, all right, what can we do with this? You know?
And she can still be mean to Drake.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she is, if I remember correctly.
And I think it's a solid fit. I like Mindy. I think she does a good job on the show.
Yeah, I like her actress.
It's an interesting dynamic that they have.
Mm-hmm. Because they're both super smart.
Yeah, and she's the alpha in the relationship.
Even though he's technically the boyfriend.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. After they made the distinction.
She's alpha. Of course, I feel like that would happen in no matter what relationship Josh got in because he's naturally just kind of like a...
Yeah, he is. He's a little bit of a pushover.
He's a submissive.
Which is fine.
If they get if they get into any sort of kinky shit, she is absolutely the dom in their relationship.
That'd be a weird episode.
Drake walks into their room and she's got like the leather straps on with the whip.
Like
he's
the
got
classic
a ball
thing.
gag in his mouth.
Yeah, he's like bent over like something. They're like, whoa.
She's like, Drake. Just like trying to
You see Leonard the rat floating in the air. It came out of Josh's asshole.
Oh my god.
But anyway, so what do you rate this episode out of 10 koalers?
It's all at 8.
An 8?
8.5.
8.5? Yeah.
It's good. I enjoyed it.
I follow that. I think...
honestly, that extra half point straight up comes from when Josh fell out the window the first time.
It was very funny.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I think I'll give it an 8. I think that's a solid rating for this episode. It was very good. I enjoyed it. I laughed out loud multiple times.
We both did. It was hilarious, honestly.
Solid writing.
Also,
good acting. I love the brother moment.
So
you got some other notes?
Look at my notes. What do we miss? Spoon? I wrote spoon down.
When she tricks Josh.
Oh, at the science fair.
Yeah, with the thing. She keeps having him spell fort, and then she says, "What do you eat your soup with?" And he says, "A fork." And she's like, "Really? Because I eat my soup with a spoon." And then she just leaves.
And then Drake's just like, because if you ate soup with a fork,
and he's like, "Oh, I know." So that's what that note was.
Sorry.
But yeah, it was a great episode, guys. Go watch it if you have Hulu. It's on there. A bunch of the season 3 episodes are on Hulu.
I think all of them are.
So far, they have been. Yeah, we liked it a lot. It was great. And thanks for listening, guys. And go watch some Drake and Josh.